Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with your weather update here on your April the 16th, 2026. Once again, it's kind of like a repeat and rinse mode here in our forecast. Sunny skies, warm temperatures, and that trend is going to continue into the weekend, but we are going to see some changes coming our way. A little bit of rainfall, and then temperatures kind of getting back to where they're supposed to be as we get into next week. But really don't see a real significant pattern change, probably not taking place until we get to the end of the month and going into May, and that might bring us better opportunities for rain. But until then, the drought conditions are going to continue to worsen. Now, before we get into our full report here, and if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me introduce myself as your personal weatherman. And we're on a mission here to build a professional 24-hour weather channel, and I sure could use your help. Doesn't cost you anything. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And very importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content. Give us a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're watching from. All right, let's go ahead and get into this update here as we take a look at Brasstown Ball. A great looking afternoon. A lot of sunshine, a few clouds out there, but definitely on the warm side this afternoon, as well as over toward Helen, Georgia, currently sitting at 79 degrees. Again, looking very nice there for this afternoon. A few clouds moving through the area. And over toward Lake Chattooga as well, mostly sunny skies. Definitely a great day to get out on the lake there. Boy, I'd love to be out there with that boat right about now. That'd be a pretty good idea. But great, excellent weather will continue straight into your Saturday before we see the temperatures return and drop as we go into this upcoming Sunday. Now, the big update today was the drought index that just came out for today. And look how much of North Georgia, I'd say about 2/3 of North Georgia now is under level 3 drought. At least we're not level 4, but this is really starting to expand down here to the south. So the drought conditions continue to worsen through the area. And although we do have a little rain in the forecast, it's not enough to really put a dent into these drought conditions, unfortunately. Radar remains clear. There is an opportunity with a weak disturbance sliding through tonight. You could see a stray shower up here in the northern areas here heading into tonight, but I'm not expecting it to mount to much of anything. Here's a satellite picture. You kind of see some of these clouds back here to the west. This is some of that disturbance right through there with some of the rain there. In fact, as I look at the regional perspective, you can kind of see some of the little showers in here. So if you get a little rain here tonight, again, not a big deal. It's not going to amount to much anything. And then we'll see things clear on out, and should be a pretty sunny and dry day ahead as we wrap up the work week here on your Friday. So let's go ahead and get into the model data, shall we? Let's go take a look at the latest NAM model here as we go through the next 84 hours. Watch that little timestamp there in the upper right-hand corner as we kind of go on through here. Again, looking pretty quiet. We got nothing coming at us here. Looking very quiet indeed until we get into Saturday night. That's when we'll start to see some things kick on in. We got a pretty good cold front coming through here. Maybe a rumble of thunder for this. Look at the time. That's 2 o'clock in the morning there. And it looks like this should be done by the afternoon. It'll be cooling down. I mean, we're talking about a 20-degree temperature drop from Saturday into Sunday. And then when you take into account how cool it's going to be on Monday morning, it's going to feel it's more like a 45-degree drop. So a significant one coming at us here as we go into early next week. Now, as far as the temperatures, as far as the precipitation's concerned, I'm getting ahead of myself there a little bit. You can see not a ton here. Looks like maybe about a 1/4 inch in here at best, but favoring definitely the northwestern zones as this thing's going to be weakening as it pulls through the area. Forecast overnight lows here for tonight going into Friday morning, mostly here in the 60s. There'll be a few 50s out there as well, but a mild overnight period. And then your daytime highs going into your Friday afternoon, once again, well into the 80s. There's 87, 87, 87, a lot of 80s in here. Look at even 90s down here in southeast Georgia. Very, very hot and steamy down that way. All right, let's go look at our forecast maps here. These from our friends from the National Weather Service. Watch a little timestamp there in the yellow, right at the top there. You kind of see where I'm at as I go into your Friday morning. Again, we got high pressure in here. We're looking good all across the southeast. No problems there. We'll be tracking that cold front going into your Saturday. So going into Saturday, here comes that frontal system. As you got to see, it's a quick mover. It's going to be moving right along. It's going to slide on through here very quickly going into your Sunday morning. So by the time we get into your Sunday, I mean, we're talking, wow, it's moving really quick. So there's Sunday right there. And then Monday, they're moving offshore. There's that big high here, kind of anchored over to the Ohio River Valley, stretching into the south. And that'll hold on into early next week. We'll start warm up a little bit. And right now, I'm thinking if we get any rain chances, it's probably going to be going in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going into that following weekend. Next week looks pretty much on the dry side as well. So I suspect the drought update for next Thursday will probably get a little worse as well, because the rain's coming at us is just not nearly enough to get that ground saturated. So here we go with our forecast here for tomorrow. Gainesville, 88, 63. Yeah, 88. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be like the end of June, July type weather. I mean, what's going on here? Mostly sunny. And overnight lows here, balmy. Again, mix of 50s and 60s. Again, partly cloudy for the extreme north as that little disturbance goes by for the evening, but mostly clear by the time we get toward dawn. And then check out these highs. Even got a few 90s out there. Got Rome at 90. Got Athens at 90. Atlanta will be flirting with 90. So, I mean, it's going to be a warm day tomorrow. Again, the humidity still not all that bad. That's the only thing saving us from this heat is the fact the humidity is at bay. And all across the southeast, everybody's looking pretty warm. Check out Savannah, 94 degrees down there. Ouch. 89 in Memphis, 88 in Jackson, 78 in Destin, 82 in Asheville. And the next 7 days, here we go. I'm going to knock that temperature down quite a bit, going back into the around 70 there in Gainesville. So some of North Georgia will be in the 60s there. Again, best chance for rain coming in Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And then we're back in the mid-70s for Monday and Tuesday, but climbing into the upper 70s. Those overnight lows will be briefly down in the mid-40s. We'll climb back in the 50s as we head toward Thursday. So, hey, good news, folks. We finally have the weather app here on both Apple and on Android. There's the QRC codes if you want to go ahead and take a quick snapshot with your phone. If you're watching on your phone, take a snapshot on that. Go ahead and download that weather app. Again, it's North Georgia Majestic Weather in both the Apple and on the Google Play store there. Go ahead and get on there and download that app. It's a great tool to have. Good opportunity for you to kind of use it this weekend, kind of track the rain. It's going to let you know when there's rain in your vicinity, let you know there's lightning nearby, obviously alert you for any severe weather. And we're going to make it better because obviously we're going to be rebuilding our website next, which will support the app. There'll be some additional forecast stuff that we'll put on there as well. So again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on our YouTube channel. Again, I appreciate all the new followers we got on board here. Again, trying to build something like this requires a lot of participation on your part. And again, it'll be an honor and privilege to be one of your weather sources on there. So please hit that subscribe button. And very importantly, you got to hit that notification bell to be alerted on future updates, because if you don't, YouTube will completely ignore this channel. And you got to tell the algorithm what to do. So please make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, that's it for now. Y'all take it easy. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weekend edition. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.